Yo, dreamers! I am excited to show you a little bit more about Planet Coaster. Um, as you probably have seen, maybe the previous videos, I am doing also a new series, Planet Coaster, and this is the theme park Dreamworld. And maybe you can already tell a little bit in this screenshot here or in this screen here. Called Dreamworld. And I have been building a little bit further on, also on my streams, but also on previous videos. So if you want to check that out, how I'm building stuff, you should check out these videos as well. I also built something further on, like without recording or streaming, because like sometimes I just like build a little bit further on, because like yeah, I don't want to like go with every detail that I'm doing in this game, because it's a long process to make a theme park in this caliber. So like in this like big plan that I'm going for with a little bit Planet Coaster. Did I say Little Bit Planet Coaster with Planet Coaster? I'm not awake yet, so sorry about that. I mean, of course, like Planet Coaster, not Little Bit Planet Coaster. That's funny, by the way. I don't know why I said that. But yeah, so I built a little bit further on with the entrance, but also with like when guests are seeing something first before they go inside their theme park. I have some people walking here right now. This is only because like I wanted to show you a little bit how everything is working. So, like how the guests are behaving. As you have seen in the previous videos, I have like two entrances here, and I also made a new one. Or that basically is an old one, but like there's also there is one as well. So people are like you can see here, like they're walking past the bike, so to pretend they coming from the bicycle and going into the park, and these people are coming from the forest, so and they all going towards the entrance of the park. And I also made it so that the park that people can walk over here, so they can like go to the toilet really quickly before they're going into the theme park. And they also can buy tickets and some merchandising. They are closed right now, but when the game is finally like being done, I will have, of course, their staff members as well. This is like the entrance that people are going to see first, so they can make screenshot, like they can make yeah photos here. There's entertainment here going on with the princess entertainment, and so they can like get entertainment and like make pictures of the entrance, or like basically of this like first thing what they're seeing here with the name of the park, Dream World. So if you can see, it says Dream World. Maybe I will do it in another color. I'm not sure if I will keep it. Maybe I'll make it white so it sticks a little bit more out. Now it's red, but I think I'm going to make it a different color so it's just like it sticks out a little bit more. And then like they can walk over here, and then they have like a very simple. It's not like too much crazy on going on with the entrance. It's a very simple building. I made it a little bit more with like with stuff on it, so like it to put more decorations on it. I put some roofs in here with saying family and groups on this entrance. This is the main entrance for whatever you are, and this is for FLNs and VIP people, so people who have like subscriptions to this theme park. Of course, it's only for uh like the idea. Of course, you cannot like do like actual having groups going in here and actually having like family and stuff like over there. That's not how this game works. Maybe in Planet Coaster 2 if we will ever get one, but it's just for the looks. So to give a little bit more of like a valid look of like the entrance. So the entrance is like very basic, simple. For now on, probably going to build maybe another building over on this side, so a bigger building on this side here, because like I kind of want to like hit the theme park completely with inside the forest. The whole theme park is going to be built inside the forest, so everything is like very nature focused. That's what I'm going for. I put one attraction in here just so that I have some people to show you how it all works when how people are walking in this environment. This attraction is not going to stay here. It's also not going to be placed here. But I only did it for so you know how it's going to look with all the people inside the park walking everywhere. And I must say that like this looks pretty legit already. I think in the previous video I made the waterfall here, and that's like in the last video I did that. So I made like a nice waterfall going down. I placed some workshop items with a swan and some fishies, some carps swimming around the underwater, of course. So make it a little bit more alive as well. Like people maybe not going to see it. We have here some water wheel with actually like water, like make it like it's moving. And I thought it was a nice idea to have the water coming out of this pipe here. I thought it was a cool idea. There's like a one, but like you can see there is like like a thing placed here. You cannot like scale it up and down, sadly, in this game. So I placed here the water tower. I don't think it's an official water tower. I think it's a grain building or like where you put like grain in there. But but I pretend it was like a water thingy tower so that like it's water coming out so that the wheel is like spinning. It's just for the stat. It's just for like for show and not like actually like working something like I don't know. It does not have any purpose. So I placed a tree here, but probably the tree is going to be get away because I think I'm going to build another building over here. Maybe I will build here a hotel. So people that want to stay at the park, then they can stay at the hotel, and then when they are sleeping, they can look inside the park so that it feels like they are a prince and princess looking only towards the whole theme park when they waking up. So that's going to happen in this particular area. So I think I'm going to have here building a big like building as in hotel, restaurant, stuff like that. So before people actually going inside the park itself, they can go inside the um, the hotel for sleeping there. And I'll also make then a separate entrance for people that are in the hotel so they can like go inside the hotel and then like buy a ticket there. It's like it's a separate entrance as well for them. This is on the how it looks on the other side. So I have here so like basically the same look almost at the entrance, but here it says all goodbye. Maybe I will put it in different languages, so like English and maybe Dutch and then German and French or something like that, to give it a little bit more international type of look. And here's like a small little additional building for staff members to rest a little bit once they have done their stuff, so they can rest a little bit. So yeah, that's basically what I have been doing outside of like streaming and pre-recording videos. So let's basically build a little bit further on or like place a few stuff. So let me unhide the UI. And I'm going to close down the park because like I don't want to have people in here. So I'm going to close it down. There you go. And I'm also going to close down the attraction as well because I'm going to remove it. So now everyone is going to get home, and so the park will be empty again. So this is a little bit more better for. I had like only 230 guests, so it's not so many people currently in the game yet. So but at least they're going home now because the park is closed. So I can build further on. I don't really know where I'm going for next. At least I'm going to delete this thing here. We don't need that. And that will get rid of the people really quickly. And then remove this pathway. We don't need this here. Like so. Until it's all gone. Nice. Yeah, so basically this is like the big like place where they can walk. I think I'm going to make here a main street thing. So here is going to be like with buildings and so people have like something to buy. I will try to do it maybe in the same style a little bit, but I'll have to see. I have to see what I'm going for. So yeah, I don't really know. Like I said, it's like, oh, look at all these people going home. They probably are not so happy. Yeah, a lot of the stuff in the rat. Well, there are some people like are liking stuff. Nice. So, and I didn't even have built anything yet. So for them, so the people are already happy about it. That's good to know. I'm also, before I'm going to build any further, I have here some screens happening on the main entrance. I'm going to make some videos myself. That's really, you can do this in Planet Coaster. You can like edit a video yourself and place it inside these screens. I'm going to do that. I now have like in-game like placements of these things. So this like random, like this is like default stuff in the game itself. Also with these flags happening is also like how it is in the game itself. But I'm going to design everything myself, so to make it a little bit more unique. So I'm going to design these flags. You can do that by click on it, and then you can say like image, and then you have here like user image, which is now empty. But if I place like my own images that I make myself, I'm going to design it. Then it will be shown up in the folder here above Charky. So that's pretty cool. That's something that I really would love to do. Oh, it now changed. Oh no, that it doesn't really matter though. I don't know which one I had. I don't know. Which one did I have? But basically, you can like change the flag, as you can see. These ones are also nice. Carousel. What? Why is it not changing? What the heck? Dinner sign. Don't know which one it was. I need to. One sec. I need to check which one it was. Power move backdrop. Oh, power move backdrop. Power move. This one. And okay, there we go. All right. So basically, like you can like place your own images in there as well, and then like it's used as a flag. Pretty cool. And you can do the same with like the screens as well. These are like televisions, as you can see. I maybe want to like connect them still. I want to go for that detail. But yeah, here I'm going to play some like commercials. I'm going to make my own commercials for this, and this will be like in mostly everywhere in the in queue lines. I will have some queue lines with television screens going on. Just how it is in real life. So if you're waiting for an attraction, for a ride, you can have maybe sometimes some screens like looking at, so you know, like okay, you have at least something to look at while you're waiting for a certain ride. There's still people trying to like go inside. People, it's closed. Yes, it's closed. Go home. Go home. So yeah, well, let's fire some people. I'm sorry, Princess Yuki. And also need to fire this guy here. And I think that was everything. I don't think I have any staff members left anymore. If I see a staff member, I will fire. I will fire the person as well. Right. So and then I build like this little ramp up with the text with Dreamworld. And like I said in the beginning, let's change the color a little bit. I'll do like red, but I think I'm going for white because like it will stick out a little bit better. I think it would look nicer. I can also maybe do like randomly like a few red and a few white, but I think I'm going just for white flowers so that it sticks a little bit better out. So I need to select all of them separately. That's always like a thing with Planet Coaster. It's not Dreams where you can. I mean, like you can select all of them all at once, but there are also these things here. So I can maybe make a different group. I mean, you can do that, but I don't mind to do this. There are not many of those. Maybe I'll make a separate group though. Maybe that's maybe a better choice to do. I can select all of them at once. I select this one, yeah, and then we have like split this selection, and then Oh, it's already. Oh, then it's already grouped. Oh, that's really nice. Okay, so yeah, that's really nice. Okay, so I kind of want to make it white flowers. Yeah, it's already grouped. That's pretty nice. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going for white. Sticks a little bit better out with in the contrast of green. So yeah, maybe I will keep it white flowers. And here we have like an entertainment thingy that we that I placed here. So pretty cool. All right. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm going to build right now. I think I'm going. Oh, here we have the mechanic needs to get fired as well. Sorry, dude. There's nothing that you can fix right now. Um, everybody's almost gone. Everybody's going home. Nice. Also, I made the river a little bit longer. So here we have water, but the water is going on here further on, and it will lead to a bigger water place, and this is where the water show is happening. So I will make yeah, I will make a pathway like side here, and I'm like maybe a little bit higher up. I don't know how exactly I'm going to do this yet. So that I can like look a little bit on top of it, on top of the water. So maybe we're going to build a wall here so they can stand on this particular height. And then the water show happens every evening. I can already place it in position. We have here the waterfall or like the water show, and it's going to be standing here somewhere. I might maybe um what I'm maybe going to do is, are they sticking out a little bit of the water here? I mean, that's not really like a bad thing. It looks like it's. Oh, is that just like in my imagination? Okay. So here we have the water show. Maybe I can put a little bit more down in the water so that the water actually is like going underneath. So, so here's like the water show happening, and you can already tell the pool is maybe a little bit too big. So I'm going to downscale it a little bit. So let's do that as we speak. So I'm going for terrain. And then make the size longer and then flatten to surface. I'm just going to close this. Why is it still so small compared? There we go. Okay, I don't want to make it too big. I also want to have keep room still for the rides and attractions. So, but I still want to go for like a nice water place here. And I do it in a circle so that people can like stand around and watch the whole show. It's heavily based on the Efteling for people if you know what the Efteling is. It's really based on that. A little bit like this. I think this is big enough. I'll see that there's water still on this surface. Sure, it's nice and maybe it's best to go up and make a little bit of a hill look. Intensity. Sign. Also a way to do it to get rid of the water. Because I kind of want to make it so that like the people can like look sideways. And also this direction. I'm not going to make it too high because I also want to make a bridge going over the rivers, the water, to highlight that you are entering a new area. And then, of course, we have to flatten down eventually the new level that we just did with the ground, with like the hills here. Because that's basically where we want that stuff. It looks fine to me, really. And like I said, this whole place is going to be hidden into a forest type looking. So there are going to be a lot of trees. I made something this before with the idea of like having everything in a forest, inside a forest. But that was like, I went a little bit too much on that one. Because it's not, it's, how can I say that? It's maybe a little bit too heavy for a lot of people's computers, so I'm going to redo it and then with a little bit lesser sculptures. Although I went pretty nuts on the entrance already. Let me see how many single scope assets are being placed in here. It's already 1700 single items being placed, and that's only for the entrance. So this building already have a lot of detail in here. And of course, these stuff already have a lot of details with the rocks and stuff like that. So yeah, like I'm still going nuts with the detail, but not as crazy as what I did before in a previous project that I did years ago. This game is already from 2015 or 16, I believe. It's an old game, but yeah. But it's not very good performance. Like it doesn't have the best performance ever. Planet Zoo is a little bit better performance wise than Planet Coaster, but that's a newer game from Frontier Studios. All right. So yeah, I think that I'm not really sure what I'm going to do in this here on this side. Not sure if I let people like walk over here or not. I've not really decided yet. I also want to like surprise people a little bit before they're going in here. So I'm just going to place some trees on this spot. And let's do as we speak. So we're going to place trees. Because like I kind of want to that people getting surprised and not seeing the entrance right away before they actually are here. So I'm not really sure what type of trees I'm going for. That one. Be here. Like, I kind of want to have it like morphed away in the environment. Now I cannot like place too many trees. I'll try to place as much as possible. I think I also have like a blueprint with. Oh, these are bushes. Oh right, yeah. So I'm also going to use bushes to like to oh, I thought we were in a group. They were not in a group. Yeah. So now I can just like reuse them. I'm going to use this as my coverage up for the whole because like when you're walking in here, you cannot really see the entrance right away, and I kind of want to go for that. Because the only thing is that like the way how the entrance is looking is like it's on the side, right? You're not like coming from this path and then see here the entrance, what you have with the Efteling, for example. Although that building is super big. But here you're going basically from the forest, and then you will see maybe, well, not here. Here I also want to place some forest stuff. But I will still try to make it so that once you're like reaching this place, you can see the entrance happening. That's what I'm going for. I love that, to do that. Just like let people get surprised about like, oh my gosh, look at like how this is looking and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm doing a little bit of combination between some bushes and some trees here and there. That's what I'm going for. Maybe I can make some benches here still, so that people can can chill, and then we're going to place random. I'm also going to level a little bit, so there's not everything is flat here. So I'm just going to make some little bit hills. So I don't want to make it a little bit more leveling, so the more stuff in the background is higher than the foreground, so you have like a really nice maybe a little too much. So of course that mountain where the waterfall is happening, it's like it's a lot of like time consuming to do this, so that's why I'm not always going like with everything that I'm doing in this game, like showing it, because that's like yeah, that will take forever. And I can be very detailed person, so I know myself a little bit, so that will take forever to realize everything. And especially like with games like this, with Planet Coaster, you can lose yourself so much into like designing the world and make it beautiful, basically. All right, so now we can push more bushes in the background. Maybe. Oh, I don't know why you're doing that. Yeah. Let me. So, and then we can borrow a few trees. Put this a little bit more up. So, and then where do we use this tree? There. So you can already tell like how like you are coming from a forest type of way. I probably have to adjust a few like stuff. Because these were basically, yeah, so yeah, I have to go inside here and then adjust it. I'm also going to put more color as well. Oh. So not only green stuff, but like greenery, but also a little bit of like color differences. But to give a little bit of like idea. Oh, what the hell happened? Also like to give an idea of like, I don't know what happened here, but it was glitching. All right. So yeah, like not only greenery but also a little bit more color. We can like choose a little bit of like colorish, like we have some like autumn trees here. We can place that as well. I don't know where though. Big boy. Now you really cannot see what's happening on the other side anymore. Like we have to look at this point of view, and I cannot really see anything yet anymore. So that's good. And let me replace this. Well, like this. Copy this and place this somewhere else. Like so. Maybe I want to have this a little bit more closer to that. I kind of like these type of trees. These are always very beautiful. So maybe one here. I don't know. I also want to have like some lanterns, of course. So when it's like nighttime, like this pad, of course, need to be lit up. Otherwise, it's super dark if you want to go here. But we need more greenery stuff, but then less green. So I'm going for custom, and then I am going for. Let's see what we can do. Um, there's not really much like choice between trees and stuff. Like, I mean, you have like a bunch of like options, and I have like all the DLC for this, but there's like not much you can choose from. So you are a little bit limited on what you can do. So yeah, it's I mean, you have of course like different variations of trees, but it's not like super a lot of like different trees and stuff like that. But I kind of want to have like a little bit of different variations of color being used. There's one. Like back in the day, like when like in the older theme park, what I did to make it more beautiful is I was using this and then filled the whole stuff up. So what I did was like align to the surface and then place this all like place it like this. So you had like a little bit of like a really nice grass looking. The problem by doing this is that your computer is not going to like it if there's so many stuff happening here. So I can do it a little bit of like different like combination. So what I can do is put this in the front and we can level then a little bit behind here with some rocks to have a little bit like different contrast between the foreground and the background. That is like a lot like lesser heavier solution than go completely nuts with this stuff. But I kind of want to place it still because like it brings a really nice contrast between foreground and background with the trees and bushes. So I'm still going to do it, but not as crazy as I did previously in my older creation. I'm not really sure if I showed it on my videos or on my stream. I think I showed it on my stream real quickly, but not really long. So maybe in the last, let's say last 5 minutes or something, I can show you a little bit of like how my older theme park is looking, and so you can like basically tell where I'm going for, what my direction is, what I'm going for with my because like I'm using a little bit of the same idea, but then with a little bit less like still ambition, but with like a bit of a better directed way how I want to build stuff, because that other creation that I did was a little bit all over the place. I started randomly somewhere else sometimes, and yeah, that's not what you need to do. You really need to have a plan to make stuff like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the foreground with these greenery stuff, and then place some bushes randomly at certain points, so we can like pick these ones up and move them a little bit around. And like do this. I kind of wish you could like also color these bushes, but sadly we cannot. So now you have like a nice contrast between that stuff. And we can also, I think I have placed it already here randomly. Yeah, so we can reuse these stones and to basically make a really nice contrast leveling of greenery and rocks. And then we're going to place some there's over one. So the reason why I'm doing this to break basically to save me a lot of like random like placements like these stuff, because that's gonna be very heavy for your CPU if you have like so many stuff inside. So I need to like downscale a lot, think ahead of what is best for like um to show things in the best way. So that's why I'm placing rocks in the distance. Um and I can still place a few of them. Oh, I have service alignment on, so that's why it's behaving a little bit weird. And maybe there's a rock here. I always try to make it as nice as possible. And I think there's a rock over here as well. And you can also place like things that you can already tell. You can place things a little bit more down in the ground to make it more fit. But this basically breaks the background a little bit. So that's what I'm doing right now. There you go. So when you're walking in here, and then we are going to fill up with some more trees and bushes, you really have like a really nice contrast between foreground and background and the upper level. So what we can do, I can order do this and place a few of these things here. That's what I can do. I mean, that's a possibility I can do, but I'm not really sure if I want to go for this everywhere because like I said, because then I am basically going to make myself in trouble later on. Like I can do it like in this particular little area, but I really need to make sure that it's filled with like single sculptures, like trees and bushes. So we have here like a bush. Let me turn off the service alignment because that looks silly. And then place this here. Here, bush. You can always tell that is, and this is not even in the park itself. This this is like outside of the park. This is like before you're going to enter the whole park. So yeah, that's why like it can very time consuming. Like sometimes people building parks, and this is, I'm pretty sure this is also going to take very long. Sometimes people take years to make a park complete, and I'm afraid that I will like face the same way. Because like I'm already like spending so many time on this particular area, and we're not even close to the actual entrance of the theme park, and then I need to build the whole theme park here still. So I'm not really sure how big I'm going for. I think I'm just going to focus a little bit more on the smaller rides on and and maybe then decide later on if I want to expand the whole theme park. So maybe have like have a decent park with some fun rides and dark rides and roller coasters and stuff like that. And then if I think like, okay, I can like expand the park a little bit further, I will do that. But start small and dream big. If you have seen my dreams video, then you know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to place random like stuff like here. A bit more green around the rocks as well. There. So I'm not going to fill everything in, but that's how I did it before. Not going to do that anymore. So I'm just going to place it at spots where I think it looks nice still to have that. And then I can like put still bushes like this, like behind. So having a little bit nice color contrast. Go for. So people can also take pictures at this. Like, I care about nature. I love forests and stuff like that. So yeah, if you want to make beautiful pictures, there's some butterflies flying around here. Use your imagination. Oh, this is really weird. I thought I had placed it behind the rock. I did not do such thing. And okay. So now we're going to build this further on. So that's basically how I like, yeah, design like will or like Planet Coast like this. Really fun to do it. Actually, really fun to do this, but it's so many we still need to place here. What I can do is like break it a little bit with like an, I don't know, like with we can do break it a little bit with stones instead. Now, not that means that it's like it's cost lesser, but having a little bit of a break in the in the green part. So what I can do is just like this. Place it a little bit. Break it a little bit down with some rocks down the path. So it's not completely only grass or greenery like sideline. I think that's maybe a nice way to do that. Could be wrong, but you can always tell me if you think that's wrong. There's some things here. Nice. When you're like, and then we also have to do the other side as well. What I can do on the other side, and maybe I'm also going to build some like a fence around here. I have to see if I want to go for that. I can maybe do it on the other side. Maybe we can do that completely more rocks on the other side. So you know that like this side is basically where the forest is still expanding. Now the other side is a little bit more rocks being placed. So your focus is less on this side, on the environment. But yeah, just as in Dreams, I love to build environments, so I will do it exactly the same in Planet Coaster. As you can tell, like world design is world design is my jam, really. Like I love building worlds and telling a story because of the world design. I really love to do that. So basically on this side, we have a little bit more rocks happening. Means that we have to place lesser because these are bigger boulder stuff. So we don't really have to place much on this side. But on the other side, it's really like green stuff and forests and stuff like that. I can still maybe place a few random here and there, like greenery, to fill up the blanks. And have a little bit of a break. Maybe have a little bit of a water, like water here happening. I don't. Maybe not. No. We already have water over here, so no, let's not go too crazy with that. But yeah, so but having a little bit break in the rock structure here is nice to do that. Well, right, a little bit lower. Foreground, you always need to go like a little bit lower than the backgrounds. If you are interested in doing world design, always think of levels. Like if you want to go for a certain like point of vista, uh, having your mind that you're building it in levels. So in the foreground, you go basically always like lower than the foreground. And of course, you can do like stuff like this. Of course, you still have like a higher thing, but you kind of want to build stuff in levels. That makes it really more like point of vista look and feel. Let me talk. Then a bit lower one over there. And I'm using the same boulder right now because like this one is one of the biggest. And then like reshape them and reposition them so it's basically like looks different every time. Although this is maybe a little bit more repeating going on. So what I do is like readjust this so you cannot see the obvious repetition in the textures. That you always want to try to avoid stuff like that. That there's no repetition in the textures that much. So that's why I'm replacing stuff so it looks a little bit more natural. I think it's already pretty nice looking. I'm still want to make like maybe in fans behind it, or maybe a look. Maybe not. I think maybe I'll keep it like this. But maybe the curbs. I don't know if I want to keep the curb still. Maybe I want to change the pathway into a more forest. I don't know, the people just walking on grass. I don't know. Or maybe I keep like this. I think it's already pretty nice. And then, like, we do the same, like, with, oh, that was pop. I wanted more of like these, what type of trees? Berry trees or something? I don't know. So, look at that. That's already pretty. And I'm going to use bushes. Bushes for the background to cover that up a little bit. So we don't have to build much behind there anymore because it's covered up in nice greenery. Then we can fill up the blanks like this. Like so. And then I feel there is also some bushes over there. Nice. So it's like it's. I really want to make sure that like the nature is taking over its place. So the nature is like taking over the area. Yeah. Then we definitely need some more color, because we cannot always go for green. So I kind of want to make sure it's a really nice growing. Some color differences. So here maybe one as well. Nice. And then more greenery. We need a lot more greenery, so I think we should have here. Well, so basically, like this is like I'm going to, of course, build further on, but this is where you walk. And keep in mind, this is basically how the whole park is going to look like. So this is like only like the beginning of the entrance, or before the entrance, basically before you're going to actually like going towards the entrance of the theme park itself. But to give a little bit of like a way of like how the whole theme park is going to look, this I'm going to do it exactly like this with, of course, different designs. But I'm going to make the whole game, or like the whole theme park, filled with like a lot of nature. And then every time when you want to go for another ride, it's like it's morphed away, it's like hidden away inside the nature. So nature is a big thing. So nature in this project is like it's a big focus. And so, and then when you walk here, oh, my camera is doing weird again. Oh no, oh no. Oh no, what's happening? I'm getting zoomed out really long. So sometimes it's doing that. Like I don't know why it's doing that. But basically, like, when you're like walking here, and then maybe there could be like a roller coaster, like standing behind the trees, and then you have like a really nice entrance to that roller coaster. Of course, themed. Maybe some are um, in just nature, and maybe other are really a more open area with like decoration and stuff like that. So now you know a little bit of like what to expect from my theme park in general. So this is basically how everything is going to look like in the theme park itself, with a lot of nature and trees and stuff like that. All right, enough talk. Let's go. You're like, Jackdaw, I don't care about that. I want to see how you make this, and we will do so. And to, oh, I see that I don't have service snap on anymore. Because then it like it's okay till here, and then I think I'm going to place some rocks over there. So like I said, I want to have a little bit more rocks happening here. slower. Maybe a bit back. There we go. Like I said, those always have to be like, you don't always have to be leveling per se in the foreground. But you can do like stuff like this. There you go. And then we're going to morph it away with greenery. There you go. Oh, now you don't see. So if you ever want to take pictures in my theme park, you're not going to see much what's happening behind there because you are eye leveling. If you are, of course, in gas as gas, like you can of course like zoom out. But that's not what we're going to do. I think we're going to replace this tree a little bit further there, and do here one as well. Oh, and make sure they are like spinned a few times so that they not always look the same in the same direction. Because like I said, we don't have much tree options of trees, so you have to be a little bit of like creative in a way that like, yeah, just spin it a little bit around so they're not always are in the same direction as everything else. So it feels a little bit more natural. That's why I'm doing that. And then here, some greenery. And it's in front of the water. I have to be careful. Adjust this a little bit. So, and then here we can like build more rocks against the water here and there. Not going to do it everywhere, but just like some places I'm going to want to build rocks against the water, and so that also feels really nice. Like you don't have to fill everything up, but look, I didn't really fill like the whole place up. Only the foreground and a little bit of the background. You can always see that like it's already really nice morphed away into the whole stuff here. So was a really big learning thing from my end, because like I know that this game can be very heavy on performance wise, because you're placing so many random stuff and single assets basically. So that's why I have to reduce the way of thinking and be a little bit more creative on how to do things. But sometimes you need to learn it on the hard way. Sometimes you need to learn it on the very hard way and like, oh, I should have not done this. I will show you in the last 5 minutes what I'm talking about. You know a little bit of like what I mean. All right. So nice. So this is where, and a good thing if you like place greenery around places like this, guests will be very happy if things are decorated. They're like, oh man, this place looks so beautiful and so like that. So yeah, always a good thing to decorate as much as possible to make it as most beautiful as possible, because guests will be very happy to do so. I think I'm going to replace this maybe a little. There we go. It's like it's really nice. You can always really not tell. Going to readjust one here. And oh, no, don't do that. Otherwise, zooming in the camera so much. There you go. That's more than enough. So now you don't have much to see from the mountain itself as well. All right, so let me show you. So this is basically like what I have envisioned for my theme park. So if you are like inside the theme park itself, all these pathways is like this. So you're basically like are running or like running, you're walking inside nature. But sometimes here and there a few attractions. Like they're a little bit separated, so they're not like super dense and close to each other. I don't want to make it like this Disney, for example, where everything is so cramped and built together. I kind of want to make it a little bit more open space with a few attractions here and there and dark rides and stuff like that. So, but it feels that they are morphed away. I kind of feel that we need a. Now that I'm looking at it, a bit more color there as well. And sometimes like when I'm like talking and and doing stuff, I don't suddenly see like, oh wait, I can also I missed something here still. Nice. So this is what you can expect from the whole theme park. But then with, of course, maybe you can see in the distance a roller coaster sticking out on the top of the trees and stuff like that. Let me show you. Let me first save this theme park. Dreamworld, save, and okay. I will show you the other park that I was talking about, and I need to. I think it's this was the last one. So yes. The loading time is going to take forever because it's a very large park. That's why I'm doing it on the last few minutes of my video. So if you are not interested in this, or if you can also skip, of course, ahead. I'm not going to edit this out because like I never do that. I have a pretty decent computer, so I have a pretty fast SSD. But this game, like this theme park, is so big. Like and you will see what I'm talking about. But like I play so many greenery in the whole location. I spent well maybe a few years to 2 years or 3 years on this park, and it became a little bit too big. And because like I was like starting on random stuff, building random attractions. Like no, I don't like this. And like okay, I need to go further on. There we go. It's not like super long, but it's too long, and you can maybe already tell. But this is a little bit of like what I have in mind. You can see that I'm frame dropping here a lot. Like it's I think it's like going at like 40 FPS right now, or maybe 30. I think it's 30 FPS. But so this is like the entrance, and you can see that I wasn't really like, like I placed so many greenery around here. And this is what I'm talking about. These bushes here, I placed that everywhere. And this is the only like the entrance, of course. Not much of like stuff happening. This is the entrance, very boring. Don't look at it. Also, I don't really know what type of entrance I want. And then I have like two pathways. So here we're going in like the Wild West area, and here we're going into like the enchanted forest, the deep forest, basically. Then you're like going over water on a bridge. So probably going to like remake this somehow in the other creation. But you have like a big water where you're like walking over, and then you see like a villa happening. It's really maybe a little bit out of place. I don't know, but the idea was like having a villa, and it's part of the story. This is like a boat ride. I remade this because like it was another ride. We didn't have a boat ride back then when I made this, so I changed it into a boat ride. But it looks now very stupid and silly because it was not meant and built for this in the first place. And then we have here the famous sky tower. That's like how you recognize it in the Efteling. This is exactly how the Efteling tower looks like. It's a very unique tower. Although they changed the design, of course, because like they cannot like go for this exact same design. But that's what you. And here we have like the forest. You can already tell how long. The reason why I spent so many time on this creation is because like I placed all these things here, and you can see in my performance, and I have a very decent computer, so I'm playing on ultra settings, so you can see that my computers also have a little bit of like an smaller, tiny little issue here. But and then we have here some Japanese garden also filled with a lot of stuff. Um, I'm not going to do this anymore because like what I'm going to do, and like you always see, I'm only doing the foreground with these little green stuff, and then like place a few random bushes that will like cover up a lot of space. So more space being used with less objects. That's what I've learned about this creation. But the idea stays the same. The idea is like walking in nature. Like you're basically like, this is also how the Efteling is. You're walking inside a big forest where sometimes there are like attractions hidden. And for example, here, you can see it already a little bit like between the bushes. There is an attraction here hidden. So that's like the Enchanted Forest one. So let me go for one of the main entrance. I think it's around, sorry for the, there you go. So here's like one of the main entrance, Enchanted Forest. And if you go inside, I also made some like mushrooms, and there's like music, music coming off here, just like how it is in the Efteling. So in the Efteling, there's like the whole Enchanted Forest, the Fairy Tale Forest. There are mushrooms placed with playing music, and it's a very, it's very. This one is very inspired by the Efteling because we have the dragon, and here you can like try to grab and steal money, but then the dragon is like responding like, no, you cannot take it. And then you're like still going in the forest here. Then you're going a little bit in the open area with some teacups here, like in the circle. And then we have a big mushroom and another like a carousel. Then we have like a restaurant happening here. So this is like a really big circle with like a few fairy tale stuff. We have like Rapunzel idea. And here we have Sleeping Beauty. But you maybe can already tell that my inspiration was a little bit gone because like, a lot of like creations are very like generic. So but that was because like I spent so many time on these green stuff. You can see everywhere you look, I place these green stuff. And yeah, Planet Ghost is not liking this. So here we have like a Hansel and Gretel house. I made this myself. I placed this on the Steam Workshop. So if you really love this design, or if you want to use this yourself, you can download it from the Steam shop. This is made by me, and this is exactly, or I try to like in the same design how the Hansel and Gretel house is looking in the Efteling. With my a little bit with my own touch here and there, but the idea is the same. And here we have like the enchanted tree, like the fairy tale tree. So this tree is talking, just like in Efteling, of course. And here we have some genie stuff. So yeah, that's like basically like the whole forest idea. And then we have like a dark ride happening here. And the dark ride is like going to some scenes. It is a boat ride, but I will show you what I don't like about this new boat ride. I can maybe show. I'm not sure if it's open. Don't see any boats here. No, I closed it. Yeah, closed. So basically, I will show you what it is. Because like if you're like this creation was not made for this boat ride. I first had a ride, or the idea was for a boat ride, but when I built this, there was no boat ride yet. They added that way later in the game as a DLC. And so I had to remake it, and so you can see that it doesn't look so great here and there, and you will see it very soon if we are going inside the dark part. But it was not meant for this particular ride because like I didn't had this. You can still see that like things are like floating in the top. You can see that like it's lower. You can see that where this like the entrance from the previous build, you can see that the doors are a lot higher because like the attraction was a lot higher. And you can see like I'm glitching to rocks because this was underwater first. But you're going like in a boat ride and you're going in different sceneries. You're first going inside a cave, which is a sort of like abandoned ruin stuff, and we're going to glitch through this because like I said, I didn't made it for this attraction. type, so but you get a little bit of the idea. Everything is still floating. But the reason why I didn't change this and fix this, because like the project was way too ambitious, way too big, and that's why I'm going to basically like not remake it, but like change it in a better way. So and we are seeing like a boat here, like under the rock. I still want to use this for that, like in the new idea that I'm going for. Then we're going outside of the cave, which is normally going open, but like I said, not was built, like that was for the previous attraction. And then we're going in the open sea a little bit. And you can see there are also other attractions here, like a boat attraction. I'm not sure if there's anything right now. Yeah, there is one. So you're basically on the same water, and you can you can see that this is going to glitch out because like I didn't fix it anymore. But normally you were like going between the port here where there is some pirate ship happening, but that was still based on the previous build. So yeah, now everything is like glitching out now. And then we're going into the next scene, and this one is probably also going to glitch inside there as well. Oh, maybe it's just going sideways. This is still good. Oh, this not. We're going to glitch in under the mountain. Yeah, this is funny, but I abandoned this project. Then we see like the pirate ship is shooting and everything like that, and they see you as an intruder. So there's actually a story in this attraction. So they see you as an intruder, so they like ring the bell there, like, oh no, there's like intruders happening. And then you're going to see a jail. This is like an underwater jail, or like not underwater, but like an under mountain jail. So here we have like the prison, basically, with guards guarding the place. We're probably going to glitch again because, like, again, this attraction was not built for this. Oh, we're still good on this one. This one didn't need much of fixes. Although I don't need to fix this anymore. I abandoned this project a long time ago. And then we're going outside. So once we have seen like the prison, we're going outside again into a new area. And this is basically where the pirates are attacking the redcoats, basically. So this is like in sort of civil war or like happening. I don't know. But it's the same building as the entrance. So the entrance is like the building of the building is the entrance, but it's also, we're glitching out here, and it's also the same like location, but then back in the days where it was like attacked. And this is like, here we're seeing like the people are attacking the place here with like, I don't know, like shooting for stuff. It's called Limsa Town. Not very original. It's from Final Fantasy. And so here, like, this is the same building as the entrance. We are a little bit like I said, lower than normal. So please ignore that one, but it'll give you a little bit of more of an perspective of like what this ride was about. And then we're going to see like more fight happening. And here we have some pirates, and then they're also fighting like against these thing here. You can't really see because like we are way lower than the ride normally was, so we are not in the same ground. Like in the previous ride, we were a little bit like almost in the same level as where these characters were standing on. And then another guy is like ringing the bell because we're still intruders. We're still like trying to go to the forbidden location. The reason why they're fighting is because they have found the uncharted location, and you will see that, and we're going to reach that. So here we're still fighting. The pirates are still trying to fight against the other people that are also trying to get the treasure. Here we're going sideways in the cave. So the cave is also still a big part of the dark ride. And normally the gate goes open, but like I said, I abandoned the project, so it's not going to open, so we're going to glitch through. And here we're going inside a tavern, basically, with like this is the pirate place. So here the pirates are living and protecting the treasure. But yeah, some greedy people want to take the treasure as well, so they trying to fight. And normally there's like a band playing right now, not happening. And also in the next scene, it's now getting a little bit dark. in the next scene, there's like the Flying Dutchman is here, and I had normally there was like a screen happening here with underwater with fishes, but I don't have that file anymore because I'm still on my older computer. And then we find the treasure, and then normally the door goes open, and then we find the hidden location, with like with old temples, and a lot of people have tried to come here. That's why a lot of like shipwrecks are happening here. I see some glitches in the water. Planes are crashed here because people have always tried to find and get in this place, but no one survived it. And that's what's the whole idea. We see some crocodile. I placed it way later in this creation when I thought I'm still going to maybe build further on, but nope, I abandoned it. Waterfall here with another shipwreck, and then we go into the end of the attraction with yeah, some like I don't know, like beautiful palm trees and stuff like that, and that's the end. So that was the whole ride. They go back into the station. So yeah, so that's I really want to show you that, and the rest is not very spectacular. I have here like a roller coaster, like a family roller coaster, the green drag, and I have here a western town that I also built, like a Wild West town. Very cliche to have that in a theme park, though. I'm not going to do that in my new project. I'm not going to have a western town. I always find that super cliche to do it. I'm not going to do this. I'm really going to make it a fairy tale forest in general. So that's it. So sorry for like a little bit of like the 10 minutes longer video, but I really want to show this park, what I was talking about, to give a little bit of an expectation where I'm heading with my new project, Themepark Dreamworld. And so it's going to be also in a forest like this, but I'm not going to heavily build all that green stuff. Look at like how many. Now I look at it like I'm like, oh my god, Jack, that you had no life back in the days. Like I was like, like look at like how many stuff I placed, as all these are single assets. So not going to happen like this anymore. I'm going to play it a lot more intuitive, like a lot more clever build. So only the foreground is going to have these green stuff, what you have seen before, and then play some rocks in the distance with some greenery. So yeah, that's what you're gonna expect. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you also play Planet Coast yourself, or if you want to play Planet Coast, if you want to build something yourself as well. I would recommend to also to play this game, because like, for people, I know that a lot of like people that are on my channel are dreamers, and I'm a dreamer myself. And so yeah, if you really want to like be more creative as well, even though it's not the same as dreams, like you have a lot of limitations, of course, but building a theme park with rides and roller coasters and dark rides and stuff like that, boat rides, trains and monorails and towers and fall towers, and so many stuff you can do in here. It's an older game. I believe it's from 2016 or 15, somewhere around that. At the moment of recording, I don't know anything about a sequel yet, so hopefully we will get it announced very soon. I recorded this a little bit before June, so, and I know there's like an PC showcase happening. So so yeah, so let's hope we will get a Planet Coaster 2 finally after all these years. I would love to see a new Planet Coaster with a little bit better performance and upgrades in the graphics. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Sorry for a little bit of like overtime over the 1 hour mark, but I really wanted to show you where the idea is coming from with the Dream World theme park that I'm building. So hopefully I will see you in the next video. And as always, don't forget to dream, everybody. And if you like this stuff, you know what to do. You know how YouTube works. So see you next time. Bye-bye.